What's up, folks? Matty Willz tapping back in with you guys for another brand new episode of Wellbeing Wednesday with Matty Willz. Of course, this is brought to you by MetroHealth and all the wonderful people over there. And today is a special episode for myself and hopefully everyone else that's watching and listening to us right now, as we finally have my personal healthcare provider, my doctor is joining us today. Dr. Marcus C. Germany will join the conversation, and well, there he is. First of all, man, what's up, man? And
how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. And we like to, this is just throwing me off a little bit. I'm usually talking to people I've never met before. I've talked to. I feel like we may be running out of people to talk to over there, but that's certainly a good thing because we're getting a lot of good information out there. But yeah, how's your day going so far?
It's going good. It's going good. Glad it's Friday. Glad it's the weekend. I'm over at Cleveland Heights High School doing an in-school clinic, and they're playing my alma mater Euclid tonight. So I'm a little bit of enemy territory. So it's a good day.
Wow, the world is worlding right now because you're talking about your alma mater while you're at my alma mater, and you're my doctor. So we got a lot of intertwining things going on here. But yeah, it's so funny, and we're going to get to the episode in 1 second, I promise. But it's so funny because I've talked about you on this show several times. I've told my story about how I went years and years and years without actually going to a real regular doctor. And then just for a little bit more context, I finally decided to visit you and have you become my doctor. A little under a year ago. I was having some back problems. I went to an urgent care, and they basically said you have to go to a regular ER. Went to the ER. They was like, okay, well, you have to follow up with your doctor. And I said, well, I don't have one. And they said, well, give me a minute. So that's our history. And thank you so much for joining us, man. So today we're going to get into family and the family history and the holidays, right? So the holiday season is quickly approaching, as my bank account is reminding me every day of. And we know that, could be a little bit of a stressful time, but it is important to know your medical family history. And we're going to kind of break that down. So without further ado, you know what? I almost skipped one thing. I do like to have you guys kind of just tell our audience sort of your journey into MetroHealth, how you got to be where you are, what you do every day for Metro and the whole nine. So the floor is yours.
For sure. I'm Dr. Marcus Germany, as Matty said. I've been with Metro for 7 years now. This is my 7th year. I did my medical residency in internal medicine pediatrics back in 2017. I started, and I've been there ever since, finishing residency and moving into being a big boy doctor, as I typically say. So currently, you can catch me at Cleveland Heights, the medical center over there in Severance. And I also do some time at Cleveland Heights High School in their in-school clinic, which is where I am today.
Dope. So again, we're getting into today's episode, history and the holidays. So our first question for you is, why is talking about family history important?
Family history drives a lot of the diseases and medical conditions we see on a daily basis. We may not consider family history, but that's the genetic versus environment discussion we have all the time in medicine about some very common diseases like diabetes, especially type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, sickle cell, asthma. So it's a slew of diseases that we run into on a daily basis, multiple times every day, that are typically seen in families. So you may not know much about your family history, but it's important to try and get a sense of other things that run in your family, such as cancer. Lots of cancers that we see in people are genetic. Breast cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer. It's not unheard of that if you unfortunately have one of those conditions, that somebody in your family, whether it's your immediate family or first degree relative or on down the line, has had a similar struggle to yours.
Right. And we, not to keep talking about my visit to you, but we kind of talked about that a little bit. When I did come see you, we ran everything, and it turns out that I had a cholesterol issue that we'll dive deeper into when I come see you at the end of next month. But yes, you kind of let me know why that was important, just knowing about what's going on in your family, the people who came to, that were here before us, and how it could impact our children and our future generations as well. So what are some of the more common health conditions that are impacted by family history?
We kind of spoke about it. The diabetes, especially type 2, the blood pressure, cholesterol, heart disease is another big one. Sickle cell, cystic fibrosis, and the cancers that we talked about. So it's important that we discuss these at routine visits, because oftentimes we can catch these at an earlier stage, or a stage 1 kind of condition where the disease might not be present, or it's present in just a little bit, so that we can have the best chance at intervening and offering treatment, especially for cancer. Detecting and screening for cancer at an early age is much better than waiting until it's advanced and there's not a lot that can be done that is curative. So going to see your primary care doctor on a routine basis, at least once a year, is what I tell people, can be honestly the difference between life and death.
Yeah, and as we're talking today about the holiday season, which again is quickly approaching, this is the time where we are with our families a lot of the time. Right. And you may not want to bring up everything in front of everybody, but we do know that we're going to see people, we're going to see our parents, we're going to see a lot of the older people in our family. So it's a good time to kind of at least kickstart some of those conversations, right? So what would you suggest as a way to kind of easily bring up the topics of, your family history and your health and all of that during the holiday season?
The holidays offer us a convenience point, right? We're typically all together in one place, celebrating a meal, having a religious service, watching football, something where it's a community, it's our family, it's together. So that part of getting everyone together is kind of done for us. So I guess the next hurdle or obstacle would be initiating that conversation, right? Because it's kind of awkward to be passing around the food and just kind of come up with that question. People may not feel comfortable with it. So oftentimes families meet for the holidays, and that's the first time they've met since the passing of a loved one. Someone's been admitted to the hospital, an illness has come over a member of the family. So that may be a good spring point to begin the conversation. Oh, Uncle so-and-so, Aunt so-and-so had this happen. What are my chances? Who else is at risk? Has that happened before in someone else in our family? So that's a really good kind of segue into bringing that up. And then, it may not be that easy. You may have had the good fortune of not having that happen to anyone in your family. So this is where I kind of use the slide approach. If you are someone like yourself, Matty, who went to the doctor and may not have been 100%, sure of your family history, you can use that as a starting point. So-and-so, mom, dad, so-and-so, I went to the doctor. We were talking about different diseases that run in families, and I wasn't really sure what runs in our families. Do you know of anything? Did Uncle so-and-so, Aunt so-and-so, grandma, grandpa have cancers? Do they have bad cholesterol? The doctor was worried about my blood pressure, so he wanted to see if I had anyone in the family with high blood pressure. And I wasn't really sure. So what do you know? Do you remember anyone? Tell me more so that I can not only take care of myself, but my children, my children's children down the line, to have a better idea of what we're looking at just by being in the family.
He's Dr. Germany. I'm Matty Willz. Again, one of the reasons that I really enjoy MetroHealth is you. Like, you break things down to a very, personable level. Every person that I've spoken with, whether it was a doctor or I think we talked to the people higher up in the chain, we've talked to nurses, all kinds of people that work with Metro, and you all are very personable, very easy to talk to. So I would encourage anybody, if you don't have your primary health physician, to get one with Metro, preferably, or anywhere. But obviously, we would encourage you to at least hit up Metro's website and, start having some of those conversations. And I do want to hit this because we have a call to action every single week. So you want to make sure that you have an annual checkup with your primary care provider. If you do not have a primary care provider or need to make an appointment, please call 216-696-3876 or sign into my chart. And of course, we'll have those details listed for you there in the caption of this video. And I often say as well, maybe you have a doctor, maybe you know all the medical history of your family that you need to know, but maybe you have a cousin or a best friend or a nephew or anybody that needs this information. please feel free to pass this information along to them as well. And then we're also being reminded that Metro has genetic testing available as well. So that option is there for you in addition. So Dr. Germany, I can't believe we got you on this show finally.
I'm here.
Yeah, you're here. You don't be a stranger. We'll get you back soon. Is there anything else that we forgot, or is anything that you just want to mention before we wrap up today?
Matty, honestly, that your health is one of the biggest pieces of wealth that you can have. Everyone in this world has their own healthcare experience, their own healthcare journey, and we all start from different places. So I would plead that everybody listening make an appointment with their primary doctor, or find a new primary doctor to just get checked up at least once a year, like I said, because it is.
You're at a school. It's all good.
I know.
You're at a school.
It's fair. It's time to change classes, but to know what's going on with your life is the most important thing. Like no one else can tell you. No one else can tell you what's happening with you until you take it upon yourself to make that a priority and visit a doctor so you can get checked out. I know oftentimes it's easier to think that not knowing is best, but it really isn't. I'll be quite honest. It really isn't. Know so you can do what needs to be done to take care of yourself and those around you, because there are signs and symptoms that we often don't listen to, but we definitely should. So come back and see us. We'd love to see you all around the MetroHealth system. We've got plenty of locations conveniently located throughout the city. We'd love to take care of you and share your healthcare journey.
Perfectly said. Thank you so much. With that, we'll close. Again, Dr. Germany, hope to have you back soon. Please adhere to that call to action that we've laid out for you. And this is another episode of Wellbeing Wednesday with Matty Willz. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks.